Well, good morning, gentlefolk, and welcome to Let's Play, Let's Try. It might be a weekly series of the Kerbal Space Program. This game is just awesome. I absolutely adore this game. It is so cute. It's brilliant. Right, what is it? Very good question. It is a sandbox space exploration game where you build rockets and go off and explore things. Really exciting, really fun. The good thing about it is it uses real physics, so you have to do it properly. You can't just build the biggest rocket and shoot off into space aimlessly. You have to use real physics. You have to use gravity burns, asparagus stock system rockets, multiple stages, enough thrust to get into orbit, real-time orbits. There's moons and there's multiple planets. And the beauty of the new update is they've inserted a tech tree. So you start off with just simple stuff and you do science, and the more science you get, you can then get another update in your tech tree and you get better parts, so you can do better stuff. It is absolutely superb. I absolutely adore this game. It really is cool, and hopefully you'll enjoy it too. Now, not too sure how this is going to proceed. I just wanted to do something with this game because of how good it is. But what I was thinking is we might do like a weekly mission, perhaps on a Saturday or a Sunday, and do the tech tree, the science part of the game, because there is another option where completely sandbox and you get all the parts and you can just go off and do stuff. But if we do the tech tree, we could develop our space program up into something really good over a number of weeks, months, whatever it takes, or not. So, right, let's start a game, and you can see there's our Kerbal. There he is. That's the planet Kerbal there, and this is on what's called the Mun, which is basically the moon. So let's start a game, and let's start a new game, and this will be what will it be? Kerbal Space Science Research. Yes. And this is going to be in career mode. Let's pick a nice flag. There we go. Accept. Excuse me. In career mode, you have to manage all aspects of your space program. Note, this mode is still under development. Now, it is in beta, but there are regular updates and stuff. But it's excellent. It is available on Steam, but just be aware that it is still in beta. So, word of warning. So, let's Kerbal Space Science. I haven't spelt research right, have I? No, not at all. Kerbal Space Science Division. Kerbal Space, yes. Career mode, start. Right, black screen. Always good. Bodes well. There we are. Yes, so what do we have here? Right, this is your space centre, and everything here is all you need to do your stuff. So you have a spaceplane hangar where you can build space planes, i.e. like the shuttle, or you can do terrestrial planes where you can fly around the planet, etc. So I say space planes and that. So there you go. That's space. There you have the vertical assembly building where you build your rockets, which is probably where we'll spend a lot of our time. Probably in tears, to be fair. You have your tracking station where you can track all your satellite shit and missions in progress and things that get lost. You also have your research and development. So if I go into there, I can show you the tech tree. So this is what we start off with. We start off with a command pod, originally built as a placeholder for demonstration mock-up of a rocket. The Mark 1 command pod was heralded as a far safer and more reliable option than its predecessors by rocket scientists throughout the world. It is now commonly seen in active service. So there you go. It has a minimum crew to operate one. It is SAS equipped, which is SAS is I don't know what it stands for, but it's not reaction control, because it's a completely different system. RCS. It's a stability assisting system. Stability. That's not what it stands for, but it's for stability, and you will see. Trust me. There we get an engine the LVT-30 liquid fuel engine with a maximum power of 215, and was manufactured by Jebediah Kerman's Junkyard and Space Parts Company. So very good. We have a solid fuel booster, a FLT 200 liquid fuel tank, some girder segments, a Communotron 16 antenna, and a parachute. Splendid, and that's it. So with more science, now with basic rocketry, where we need 5 science, we can get another fuel tank, some mystery goo, and a stack decoupler. So we don't have any decouplers at the moment. So, and your trajectory expands. You get science, you pick this, then it expands more, but you need more science to unlock them. So that's the research division, and you also have the astronaut complex, where you pick your astronauts. Now you start off with 3: Jebediah Kerman, Bill Kerman, and Bob Kerman, and then you can. They only have 2 traits. They have courage and stupidity. Now Bill Kerman is slightly courageous, but he's ridiculously stupid. And there's plenty of other curs: Shepley, Matty, Wig, Bobanica, Gilson, etc. So that will be our astronauts, and we can recruit them at any time. So let us attempt to build a basic rocket and get some science. So you go to your VAB, your vertical assembly building. So we have a command pod, which we could just put 1 Kerbal in. Only holds 1. There we go. So propulsion. So we have these fuel tanks. No. What I'm looking for now is a decoupler, but we don't have a decoupler, do we? We have a parachute. That would be handy. We will put a parachute on, and we'll put a communicator thingy type on. Don't want it by the door. There we go. Communicator on. So what else structurally do we have? So we don't have a lot to work with at this time. Propulsion. So let's put a fuel tank on it. And a rocket. Not going to put that on just yet. I'm going to put another fuel tank on. And then a rocket. So there is a very, very basic ship. Now I'm not convinced that the parachute I put on will bring all this down. I do not have a decoupler, and I do not have an unmanned device. No, so I'm going to change that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to get rid of that, and we're going to start off really basic. That looks like the old Apollo command module, which is probably what it's based on, to be fair. Right, so what we're going to call this then? We're going to call this, lots of deletes, we are going to call this the Mark 1 rocket version 1.0. So, I mean, we could use this as a command module in future missions, if we have any future missions, if we do not kill anybody. Right, so who's assigned to this? Jebediah Kerman. He will do, with his courage and stupidity. So, the Mark 1 rocket version 1.0, so save there. Now, click this button, we go to the launch pad. Now, this won't go very far, but we may get some science from it. And then we can unlock a decoupler and build a bigger rocket. So here is our ship on the launch pad. There's Jebediah sitting in his ship. Swing it around. As you can see, it's not the biggest ship in the world, but that's fine. That's not a problem. We only want 5 signs to advance in the tech tree anyway. So what we do is we turn on the SAS so that we are stable. Stability assisting system, I'm going to call it. That's not correct, but I should call it that. I shall throttle up the engines to maximum power and let's go. Okay, we went a really, really long way. Kablooey! No! Jeb! No, Jeb! Jeb, where are you, Jeb? Did he live? I think he's living. I think he's alive, but I think he's trapped in the. He's trapped in the launch pad. Jeb, come back! Where are you, Jeb? Are you in? You're in there. Oh, he likes that. Oh, dear. Jeb, EVA. Hatch is obstructed, can't exit. Excellent. Can we recover the vessel? We can recover the vessel. Right. Note to self, staging is important. Science summary. Recovery of vessel that survived a flight. We got 5 science. Excellent. We got 5 science just because we survived. So we can go to the research and development division, and now we can unlock this part, basic rocketry. Research, and as you can see the trek tree has expanded, so now we can get another liquid fuel engine, some landing struts and a bigger parachute. Here we have some aerodynamic units, we have a nose cone, some winglets and a radial decoupler, and at the top here we have general rocketry where we get another liquid fuel engine, a separatron, okay, and a big solid fuel booster. Total mass. There we go. So yeah, but now we need 20 science to unlock these. 15 for that, 18 for that, 20 for that, and we have 0 science because of what we've just done. So to the vertical assembly building. Right, we will try that again. Actually, there she is, the Mark 1 rocket version 1.0. Now I have a decoupler, which is good. So go to structure, put the decoupler on there, then I can jettison this engine when we are descending, hopefully. I'm going to put another fuel tank on. I'm going to attempt to go now. We have a bigger fuel tank here, so that's 90, that's 180, so one of those is the equivalent of 2 of those. Here we go. Now we have some others. We have some more sciencey stuff. We have some mystery goo. So if I put that on the side of our command module, I don't know what. Actually, I'm going to put 2. I'm going to move our antennae to the back. And I'm going to put the mystery goo on. Now it does have a symmetry system in this game, so it's quite easy to put multiple objects on opposite sides of the ship to keep your weight distribution even. So we have mystery goo. I hope that's not blocking. Is that blocking the door? I think it is. So let's do it from this side. Is that one blocking the door? Oh, that will do. Right, yes, we're not worried. Okay, so let's check our stagings. We have our command module, our parachute, we have our decoupler, and our rocket. Okay. So we're just going to go with this again. So that's the version Mark 1. Still. And who's going to be flying this one? I bet it's Jeb again. It is. No, we'll have somebody else this time. We'll have Bill, who's really stupid. So, to the launch pad. So here we are again at the launch pad with all our debris from last time probably still underneath in there, probably, possibly. So we have Bill in control. We'll just switch on the SAS. We shall throttle up to 100%. And on my mark we'll go, Mark! And we're away! Very loudly. So while we're going up, I shall show you the map view. So there is Kerbal, there is the moon, the Mun, there is another moon, Minmus, but there's also all of these planets to explore, and they have moons. So there's lots of places to go and do. I think we've run out of fuel. We've run out of fuel, so yeah, Bill, you need, so Bill, get the crew report. The shores look inviting. You watch the waves roll into the coast, so we'll keep that. We shall observe the mystery goo. It jiggles and wobbles as the craft flies. Okay, we'll observe the other mystery goo. The goo jiggles and wobbles as the craft flies. Okay, so we have some mystery goo. I can now dump that. We're at 14,000 meters, so that's not bad. That was nearly in gravity turn potential, but we'll go into that later. So we're coming straight back down to, and I'm going to deploy the parachute in a minute. So there we are, coming back down. We got to 14,000 meters, so that was good. Deploy the parachute. Now are we going to land on the land or in the sea? I think we're going to get... No, are we going to come straight back down to Kerbal Space Program? Kerbal Space Centre? We are. What we're going to land on is a whole different thing. Now you can send it via the antenna, but I think I'm just going to hang on to it because we're nearly home. There's our booster stage just about to land on the on the launch pad. And it crashed, and the parachute opens. Okay, so we almost destroyed the launch pad, but hey ho. So here we're coming down. We might even land on the road, so it's easy for us to pick up, to recover us. Coming down, coming down. Coming down, almost there. We're going to land on a slope. No. And kablunk! We're down. Oh, our decoupler survived. Right. Now, for more science. Bill, EVA. So Bill is out. And can he let go from it? Yep. So Bill's out, and now we can run around the Kerbal Space Centre. And one thing he can do is take a surface sample. Substance is what makes scientists yell at us when we go into the labs without cleaning our boots first. But we get 9 science for that. So hang on to that. So Bill, And the first Mark 1 command module. Hey! There we go. Right, now to get back in. Come on, Bill. You can do it, Bill. Yep. F grab. F grab. No. F grab. Thank you. And F board. And recover the vessel. So we got 23.4 science earned from this mission. So crew report while flying over Kerbal shores was worth 3.5 science. Surface sample from the Kerbal Space Center is worth 9 science. Mystery goo observation was worth 7. The second mystery goo was worth 3.1. Because we did that in a certain place, in exactly the same place, it went down because we'd already got the information. But if we do a suborbital flight and you do it in different locations, the science obviously gets better. Recover of a vessel that survived a flight. Now notice that went down from last time because we'd already done that and we didn't go high enough to consider ourselves actually in space or suborbital or whatever. But we got 23 science. So that's good. So to the research and development. Now what can we unlock? We have 23 science, so we can lock all. Can we unlock all of these? We can. So do we want another engine? Liquid fuel engine with landings and a bigger parachute? Do we want some aerodynamics? The radial decoupler would be nice, to be honest. Or do we want a bigger engine, a separator, and some solid fuel boosters? Well, I think I'm going to go for this one to start with. It's 20 science and we have 23, so it'll just give us more boosters. So research, and as you can see, that's unlocked other things. That's unlocked Rocco Max Mark 55 radial mounted liquid engine. After an intensive search for an engineer crazy enough to plan and build a revolutionary new engine type, reaches turns to a renowned engineer, Human Kerman, one of the top minds in the industry. Failed miserably at the job, and this is what we ended up with. And we could get the larger fuel tank, which will be excellent. And we have some general construction stuff. We have space tape, which is great. We need space tape. You have a launch stability enhancer, a radial decoupler, and a tri-coupler, which will be very useful. In fact, everything is useful. Now if we go to the tracking station, we should be able to see what debris we've left behind. No, we have no debris. Oh, fair enough. That's because we recovered everything. So well done us. Right, so let's try and build a suborbital flight. Let's try and build a suborbital rocket. Don't think that actually is a bad place to start. So let's put a decoupler onto there. Let us put 2 of those together onto there with is that the vectored engine? No, we need we'll take the vectoring engine, which is on gimbals. Now what I'm also going to do is I'm going to take this out. Utilities. Do we have any control? No, we haven't. Okay, so we have no stability. Augmented systems, whatever SAS stands for, everybody knows, let me know. Okay, so we have 2 stages. Now, do we get any radial mounted decoupler stuff? Don't think we did we? No. Look at the size of these fuel boosters. Just I can't just attach that to there. Or could. I think that would be wrong. Control structure. Oh, I've got these, but they are. Does that count? Would that count as a decoupler? I'm not too sure. No. Okay. So we could put a decoupler on there. And put one of those. No, we'll put the smaller solid fuel booster on there. So this is the Mark II. The Mark II rocket version 1.0. Because it is the first version of the Mark II rocket. Astronauts. Now we've had Jebediah's been up and down, and Bill's been up and down, so we'll have Bob, who's somewhat courageous and not so stupid. Bob, get in there. There you go. So this hopefully will be a suborbital flight, but we shall have to see. Now let me just check my stagings. Rocket, make sure it's the right rocket. Rocket, decoupler, rocket, decoupler, rocket, decoupler. Okay, we are going now. We do have aerodynamic stuff, don't we? We don't have any winglets. Okay, not a problem. What could possibly happen? Right, to the launch pad. It'll probably fall over straight on the launch pad. So, hopefully, our first suborbital flight. Hopefully. How is she going to stand up? She is vertical. Excellent. Turn on the SAS. Okay. Throttle that bad boy up. Now, our first stage is a solid booster rocket, which you cannot switch off. So once it's going, it's going. Right. You ready, Bob? On my mark, go! So we go, as you can see, this burns through fuel really speedily. It starts to overheat, but she'll be fine. She will be fine. She's out, separate and burn. Still going up. If you look at your map view, you'll be able to see your trajectory. So this is our trajectory. This here, the apoapsis, is the highest point that we will reach if we was to stop burning now. As you can see, that is the trip we'll make. So, we're still firing. We're up to 7,000 meters. So let's turn. Whoa. Go. So now our orbit will, as you can see, our orbit, well, it's not an orbit, but our projection is that we shall travel further. That will probably, and I think our rocket has just, it has, so that, and burn. So, as you can see, we would reach a height of 40,000 meters. We could actually reach orbit here. We are going extreme. I don't want to reach orbit. No, I'm going to cut the engine and just coast. Because I don't want to reach orbit because we do not have enough fuel. So here's our Kerbal in suborbital flight. So let's do some science. Let's get a crew report. You record the crew's assessment of the situation. Okay, we can keep that. Now we could send it, but it uses electricity. And we have no way of resupplying our electricity at the moment because we haven't got any batteries or solar panels. And we need electricity to manoeuvre around, you know, in 3 dimensions. to manoeuvre the spacecraft past the rocket. So yes, we've done a crew report. Let's observe the goo. The goo seems to have dumped into the sphere, and it also appears to have become brittle. So we shall keep that. Is that one the same? Observe the mystery goo. And become brittle. But that's good. Right, now. We did a crew report. We did. So, Bob. EVA. So Bob is out of the spacecraft. He does have a jetpack, but I'm not going to let go, but I'm going to take an EVA report. You recorded your observations about the situation. Okay, keep that. Bob, get back in. So, there we go. So it tells us we've stored our data, which is good. So let's have a look at the map view and see our projection. So we might, can't tell, but we're going to be coming down at night, but that's okay. In fact, I could do a retro burn with the remaining fuel. Actually, that's not a bad idea, actually. So we go to the map view. Let's turn our ship around. Do a retro burn. We don't have a huge amount of fuel left at all, so let's watch what happens. So let's burn. And you can see this coming down. See if we can land in the light. Or in the daylight. And we're out of fuel. But that's okay. So as I see, I'm turning the spacecraft, you can see our electricity is going down. So as we have no way of recharging that at the moment, that's the wrong way. There we go. There we are. So that's the way we're heading. Right. So let's turn around. Go flight engine first. Because we're going to be coming in for a landing. I did put a parachute on, I did. Whew. And to the map. And we're about to reach our highest point. So let's have a look. We are at our apoapsis. This is the highest point that we're going to be on this mission at. And you can see the atmosphere there. Flying that way, engine first, over the ocean. Very pretty. Right, to land. So, just warp time slightly. We are at altitude of 100 and right. So let's eject the service module. Ooh, now it's very manoeuvrable. So here we come. Approaching Kerbal from very high. The highest that Kerbal has been. Now obviously this is the altitude up here. This is your gears on, but we have no gear, which is landing gear. The lights, we have no lights. And brakes, we have no brakes. This is the atmosphere indicator. No atmosphere, light atmosphere, medium atmosphere and dense atmosphere. Now we are coming down. I think the atmosphere, we should be hitting it soon, and you will get atmospheric entry effects. Now the atmosphere at the moment in the version does not actually do anything apart from slow you down. You don't have to come in at the correct angle at the moment. There is no danger of burning up. Though that is going to believe I be something in a future patch. But you will get all the effect of re-entry, and you will get Mach effects afterwards. So here we come. We should start seeing that effect soon. Here we go. We are re-entering. Bob doesn't look too chuffed about it. Sorry, Bob. And some Mach effects. and I shall be... and deploy the parachute. Hopefully that didn't... no, it didn't fly off. Something just hit somewhere. Now this altitude meter is to sea level, so we are actually at that because we're coming in over the sea. But if you approach mountains, it will not be correct because it will always tell you what sea level is. So if a mountain is 2,000 meters high, be prepared to land at 2,000 meters. Excuse me. Right, so we are coming straight down very quickly. But the parachute, there's the parachute. Something just hit the drink. So let's just speed up. Okay. No, it's okay. I don't need to go any quicker. So 200 meters, sorry. .100 meters approaching. Bob looks happier now, I have to say. So nearly in the drink. And we live. So let's recover our vessel, see what signs we got from that. So we got 5 experiments recovered. Crew report from Kerbin's upper atmosphere, 3.5 science. EVA report from space just above Kerbin's water, 8 science. Mystery Go observation, 10. Mystery Go observation, 4.4. And recovery of vessel after a suborbital flight. So we achieved our objective. We got 33.9 science earned on this mission. And we have 37 science to spend. So what are we going to spend it on? Well, I don't think we can do that because we need 45. Do we need some radial couplers? Decouplers would be nice. So no, don't need. I'm going to go for this one so I can get the radial decoupler and the aerodynamic nose cone and winglets. That needs 18 science. And we have 19 science to spend. No, we can't. So what's this unlocked? It has unlocked better winglets, another cockpit, a Bobodyne Incorporated Stay Putnik, which is so that's a probe which will be very useful to send in unmanned missions, and an inline reaction wheel which will be very handy for keeping us steady. So that's probably going to be the next one. So our rocket was uber successful, I'd say, on our first unmanned suborbital flight. There she is, the Mark II rocket version 1.0. So there you go, folks. Kerbal Space Program, absolutely excellent. As I say, completely sandbox, absolutely magnificent. We've done a suborbital flight. We may go for an orbit next time. Excuse me. May go for an orbit next time. May go for an unmanned orbit. We shall see. Probably try for orbit next time, and have all good fun. And somebody's bound to die at some point, but that's all part of the course. Just don't tell the Kerbans. Okay, Kerbal Space Program, absolutely excellent. We shall continue with this. We'll do that mission, another mission next time. So, as always, thank you for watching. You all take care of yourselves, and I shall bid you farewell and goodbye.